everyone, it's another episode of Just a Chat with Bumi Alabi. How have you been and how has the day, your week going? Well, my home has been amazing. Yes, the month is running to an end so fast as another month is starting, and the year as a whole is running to an end. You have less than that's August, September, October, November, December, like 4 months to go. Honestly, the year is running so fast. So if you are owing someone and you told the person in January that I will pay you by the end of the year, the year is still far. Remember, we have just 4 months to finish the year. And if you had a plan that, okay, I'm going to do this before the end of this year I must achieve this, and you've not yet achieved it, 4 months is still enough for you to catch up with whatsoever dreams, vision, goals you have for the year. So you can still do something, you can still achieve something in as much as you put your mind to it, you set the goal. 4 months, say, okay, I want to achieve this in the next 4 months. And you see that you're still going to get it done if you put your mind at it. That is being intentional with your goal. I believe that really touched someone listening and watching me this morning. Okay, today I have amazing host, guests that are joining me on this conversation because I said it can't be me alone that's going to talk about this. I need people who have something tangible, something deep to talk about on this sensitive issue. And there's a post I saw a few days ago about one of the celebrity, Jim Hyde, who said single mom can't raise a man successfully without the help of a male figure. And people really came after him, like, oh, does that mean basically single mom came after him? That does that mean for someone that maybe lost her husband or that doesn't have a father who is ready to be responsible, does that mean because the person is not there, the women can't raise their child alone? Some came after him and said, no, we have likes of so many celebrities, so many people who are great today, and they were raised by a single mom. So they debunk that myth or whatever is trying to prove that single mom can't raise a male child successfully without the help of a masculine, a male figure. But I'm not going to discuss that alone. I have someone who is joining me here today. Actually, she raised two girls alone successfully, and those two girls, I believe, there are challenges raising girls alone too. But she has something to say concerning this. Please join me as I welcome Miss Yemi Omoyeni.
Omoyemi.
Omoyemi. Okay, good to have you here. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing.
All right, thank you. And on my right here, I have our own amazing Mr. David Akibolejo, who's always there, always representing the father figure, marriage, business. As an entrepreneur, he's always there and here to talk to us about what we need to know. Good to have you here, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank
Well
you
done for what you're doing.
Thank you. I really appreciate you. And really thank you for what you are doing in the family section, the sector of trying to raise responsible parents, intentional parents, because we believe that that is what we need in this generation, because people are forgetting their responsibilities, their role as parents in raising a functional home, because so many dysfunctional families are out there, and the blame still falls back to the parents, that parents are not doing their role. But according to this post that this person talked about, that a single mom can't raise a man successfully without the help of a man. But I want us to look at it holistically, not just only a man raising a child alone in this generation. What can you say about that?
Okay, thank you so much for having me once again. Let me just talk briefly on raising children. I strongly believe in co-parenting. That's one of the things I strongly believe in. But somehow situations or problems can happen that will not leave one party solely responsible for the raising of a child. So either you are raising a child alone or you are co-parenting, there is always a commitment. There's all this required for you to raise any child successfully. It is not by default. Nobody will grow up by default and become a successful child. If you don't put in something there, you don't expect to get something out. Recently, I was in my daughter's school for parent forum, and I was telling them, don't demand what you don't put, which is what a lot of parents are doing. An example is you see a child see someone outside, and then maybe he has not been taught or she has not been taught that you have to greet. And you hear the parent, can't you greet? So the question is, did you teach her that if you see a parent, if you see someone outside, you have to know how to greet? So a lot of people are demanding something from their child they did not put there. So if you are going to do parent, both if you're husband and wife, it requires a lot of effort. Now, going back to parenting a single person or parenting as a single mother, raising a child, it is not automatic. That statement is a relative statement. I don't know why it has to, because there are people within the business world, science world, even what's it called, president of a nation, that are raised by only mother. I got in my course of research, I got to discover that Barack Obama was raised by a mother, a grandmother alone, and his wife. And then Bill Clinton was raised by a mother alone, whose father died when he was still very young, and also Nelson Mandela. Elon Musk, even though the father was alive, but they are separated, it was only the mother that raised the child, that raised him. Now but the question is, raising them up to become what? Raising a child, a boy child, to become what? Is it to become, of course, nobody can change your feminism. You are going to be a man. But to become what? Is he a successful husband? Is he a successful businessman? Is he a successful teacher or a lecturer? Whatever it is you are going to raise up to become. That statement is relative. I agree to an extent that there are some input without the father involvement. You won't get it. So if you are going to raise a child as a single mother, you have to be intentional to get those things. That is why naturally, when you see a child misbehaving, that is when father and mother are present in the life of a child now. The first thing you hear that, I will report you to your father. I report you to your father. Why do you think women do something like that? You know, those kind of things require that there are some feminists, there are some, what's it called? Feminists that is required to raise a child. Not necessarily has to be from a man, but it has been attributed to be a man's nature.
It has to be friend.
Yes. So if you now put it up as a woman, you can raise a child up successfully as a single mother. But it's not going to be by default. Like if you don't have it, it will just be there. No.
They naturally will. Thank you very much. All right, Miss Samoyeni, thank you for coming. As a single mom who has raised two female child successfully for, let's say, for like how many years now have you raised your children alone? 17 years by yourself. So can you say maybe you really appreciate the fact that you were able to raise them alone, or maybe you see a difference between raising them alone as a woman and people who have male children, seeing the way, okay, people complain that, okay, male children could be difficult to raise. And was there a time that you were really grateful that, thank God that I'm raising female children, that they are giving me, they are giving me less stress. I don't have to bother. Thank God my children are not male, that they have to be stubborn. And this, people attribute stubbornness to male child. Has there been a time like that you were grateful that at least your own children were female?
No, they are gift from God, so there's no one God give that I will not appreciate. But you do know that to me, raising female child is more
Difficult
than raising male child.
Why do you say that?
Yes, male child, at a point, I'm always scared. Hey, this girl, hey, I don't pray they go out there and go and get pregnant and all that. And I was in early days, I was so scared. So scared. But later I found out that we cannot do it all alone. You cannot do it all alone. It's God. Raising, whether you raise a girl or a boy, it is the help of God. It is not by strength or by anything. I know people, I know my friends that they are with their husband raising their children. Sincerely, I can't tolerate
as having two parents.
Two parents. I can't tolerate their distance, but it's not my business. You understand that kind of, because there was a time I told one of my friends like that this thing you are doing, she said, and you can't teach me how to train my children. I said, sorry. You understand me? So it's not about single
whether there's a man
or something, whether a man or a lady or something like that. And the best gift you can give to your children is to train them in the way of the Lord. And when you train them in the way of the Lord, I can assure you, you may not have the 100%, but at least when you see them, you'll be happy that I know I've done this. So that's what has been helping me. And I have a woman like that. She will be 70 in November. At least I have opportunity. And I know our children, they are boys. None of them is in Nigeria. They are well
And you raised them alone.
Alone. Alone. It's as a matter of fact, she's blind now.
Wow.
You know, I don't, maybe in the cost of training them, crying and all that, you know, she used to talk to me like,
that's one of the effects, you know, because raising 4 boys alone could be
but
tasking.
they are all successful. They are all successful.
But the process is not always easy.
It's not always easy. Yes.
Okay, in your whole course of raising your own child, as in your girls, was there a time that you wished maybe there's a male figure that will help you instill discipline, or you took it upon yourself that I'm going to I'm going to instill that discipline. I'm going to, you know, like you said that there are sometimes that when they say, okay, I'm going to report it to your father, people believe that men instill some firmness in a child. Has there been a time like that?
Well, maybe because I have people around me, like my father in the Lord. You know, at times when I'm confused, I'll call him and I say, just relax your mind. You are the one, because like I know I'm firm. I know I'm firm, and at times you just tell me, calm down. Don't be too harsh on them, like you know, that kind of a thing. And you know, I thank God for where they are today. And God, and this is not by my strength. It's not by my strength. It has been the help of God. It has been the help of God, but it's not easy. So it's not all about being a boy child or a girl child.
I think that's where the role of maybe having mentorship around really comes about. You know, there are sometimes I will believe that male are the one that are more strong, but we've seen relationship that both the father and the mothers are there, and it is the mother that are even more firm than the father. The father will be, don't beat those children. Oh, leave them. It will be like, the wife will be like, dad, you are pampering these children, you are tolerating rubbish, and at the end of the day, maybe things might have gone wrong, that the children might have gone, you know, like maybe there are sometimes that, you know, even the scripture says, you spare the rod. Is it the scripture that says spare the rod and spoil the child? That's an adage, like a proverb. Yeah, it's an adage. But you know, like the foolishness is in the heart of a child. You use rod of correction, you know, to bring it out, you know, to correct it, you know. But when two parents are not joining together, when they don't have one mouth, they don't have one heart, they can't join their mouth together to say, okay, this is how we want to raise a child, and it looks as if the man is not really putting that firmness in the child, and before you know what is happening, the child will believe that my dad likes me more, my mom is a disciplinarian, and they have preference, as in favorite. I love my mom, I love my dad because my dad is more calmer. So how can parents really handle that, such that children will know that the two parents really, as in whether the father is there or the mother is there, they have one voice towards raising that child? Because I know it's not even about having single parents. We see some parents that maybe the husband is in Nigeria, the wife is with the children abroad, and you know, even raising children abroad is even more it's like raising children alone. So I think we need to really bring out the values, as in parents having one voice in raising a child. So what can you say about that for people that even have two parents? Like she rightly said that we've seen people that a lot of people that have both parents and they can still instill that value in them. So how can we help parents to really understand that, okay, these are the values that we need to instill on our children, whether it is the man that is raising them, or the female that is raising them? How can we help parents to understand that value system?
Yeah, thank you. You know, recently I was watching a man that he was saying something, and then it was like, every time you tell me, when your child do something, you will tell them, I will report you to your dad, and then our daddy beat you. The daddy beat you. You now want to beat me bad in presence of my children. Why can't you also beat? So the man was just lamenting. So that is a clear cut of not having a cohesion in terms of raising a child. Now, first thing is there has to be intentional value system of a home. I mean, and it varies from home to home. And if there's no value, there is nothing to. It's like a goal. There's nothing you can look. This is just responding to issues or reacting to issues when it happens. You find yourself that you will not be able to have something you can use as a template or as a benchmark to meet up with whatever thing. So every family must have value. I've been to his family where some of the things they do there, I can't do it. It doesn't resonate with me. But I have my own value system. And it's a particular time the child should go and sleep. What if you want to eat? What if you want to pray? I don't have the thing is that just let the child know that there's something bad about this, something good about this. So the value system of every home has to be well spelled out. Some people you can't you can't eat at a particular time. I remember when I came to Lagos when I was growing up, primary school or secondary, I can't remember. And then I came to my uncle's place. By 11, they've not taken breakfast. My eyes were red because I wasn't brought up like that. It was a big issue for me. And it took a while for me to blend. I didn't see it as a big thing. They are just playing. Me, I was hungry and I cannot go to the kitchen. Because my mom, breakfast is very important. So that's the value. So if you don't have a value system you can use to train your child, there's something you are going to have as a benchmark. So if you are going to be a successful parent, I'm talking about both husband, father, and mother now, you must have a value system. Spiritual value. For example, no, you will never, I tell my son, you never bring anything from outside to the home that is not yours. You will have to return it back that day if it's late and following up to school the next day. That's the value. You know, no, I will never touch. You understand? Some value system, negative. You've taught your child not to lie. But now somebody knock at the door. Go and tell them that is not a So there's a value that has to be in place before you can talk of successful parents. Now, when you talk of single parent, that's why I said earlier on that it's not really either it's a mother or it's a father. Even though it's a father alone, if you don't have what it takes to raise up a boy to become a successful man, it's not automatic. So, but then the reason why maybe Jim Ike is saying that is because, you see, women are considered to be very soft. They're considered to be very loving. Even when they beat a child in school, it is woman that will raise eyebrow. You can't talk to my child like that. You can't, that kind of a thing. But then, because I read the article, I read Watch One, I picked some things there. How that the child went to France and they were to beat a child up. That is his son. And then the white people want to pick up his ball. And he came back and was complaining. The mother said, don't ever go there. With man to man, we are talking. He said, go back. Go and take what belongs to you. And the boy went back. But a woman will not do that. He want to follow. He said, don't ever follow him. So that's the things he was talking about. He has a place. You see where you're supposed to have a child to stand up for his responsibility or take rule. You no, I will follow him. Is everything you want to defend him? When you are not there, what happened? So you raise a timid child. He was always looking forward to see my mother defending me or my father defending me. So those are the things. So it's not that it's automatic like that. But you have to have a value system that will guide you training up. So if a woman has those values, I'm telling you, I've seen, like she said, I've seen a woman who raised a ball. Not just okay, the last born was a girl without pampering. There's nothing those guys cannot do. Home shot they cannot do. So at appropriate age, if you have your child exposed to home shots, things they can do. As a roundup, one of the things I believe a boy child will learn from a single mother is how to treat a woman. She will learn it very well. That is key, no doubt, because my advocate has been a woman should teach a boy growing up how a man should relate with a woman. If a man teach a man how a man should relate to a woman, it might not be as when the woman is teaching a man. So it is supposed to be a woman teaching a male child. This is how to treat, because it's teaching based on her experience. Or
what she expected as a woman.
And a man too should teach a female child on how to expect treatment from a man. So that's with balance. So that child that is raised, a boy child that is raised by a single mom, will get that. Not that from that.
Wow, that's interesting. I think I've heard that somebody gave me that narrative that it's only a male that can understand what they need from a female child, so that you can raise such female that these are the things that male wants from a female, and the female can tell a male child that, see, your father, these are the things I expected your father to do for me. But some people always say that sometimes you mentioned something about female raising a timid boy. There's a saying that whenever you see one male out of maybe many female, that male has a tendency of behaving like women. I don't know, do you agree with that?
Yes.
When you see,
I've not seen a boy, but I've seen a lady, in the midst of boys and boys. She's a tomboy.
Tomboy. because if he believes that okay, the way every woman
so
behave,
strong and like
strong.
she's even my friend. You know, if you see her, she can shoulder anything. You know that kind of she's
So,
the only girl. So
I think that has to be with personality of female. Majorly, people believe that female are supposed to be natural, to be caring, to know how to do things.
Yeah.
And I think all these normal things, they are not. Nobody has laid a rule that it is gender based and it is a woman that should be natural. Can't a man be natural? You understand what I'm saying?
I think
it's a man that should be strict. Can't a woman to instill discipline?
That's what I'm
So
saying.
I don't know. As in, what do you say? As in, why should it be a woman that will be the one that will be caring? As a father, you should learn how to do some things.
Yes.
Maybe it's her culture. What do you think really caused that? Could it be the culture that?
Yes, I think it's our culture. It's our culture
that made it look like
yeah, you know,
women should be the one
to want to do this. Men should be the one to do this. Which is it's applicable to everyone. It's applicable to anyone. Like when we were young, my dad used to pan for us on Sundays.
Okay.
Every
Sunday. Every Sunday.
We eat pounded yam.
Okay, pound yam for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Every Sunday he pan for us, and you know, it was when I entered school that said, you know, if you want to eat pounded yam, you pound it yourself.
And now, assuming you now get married now, and you expect your man to be pounding yam.
No, I can't.
No. It's possible. Yes, it's possible because you believe that is how my dad used to do.
Yes.
And
you know, a lot of things, there are things my mom to do that will not be looking at. What is it like? My dad don't stay with us. He you know, his workplace is another city, so he goes on Monday morning and come back on Friday night or even Saturday. You know that we eat anything we see that Monday to Friday. Or that Friday, you see the way my mom will be doing, like if you want to entertain king, I will not be like, what is it now? Why they said, oh, I know him before you. You understand that kind of thing. So, but when because they are doing that, I should not be expecting it because we were not brought up in the same place. I don't know how this other person. I don't know how they brought him up. So that is the reason why a lot of you know, arguments are in marriage because you are expecting what you know and what you know that your people are doing from someone that is coming from another family. You understand? And you know, these are culture. I don't understand. There's some things that I know of someone that's here in the she's my friend. So when she got married, do you know that I don't know what happened? So you know, our mom was now trying to relate to the guy's mother that he's doing this and let's talk to him so they will have peace. They are new and all that. What the woman will say is, oh no, okay, man, respect. And I was like, wow. From all these things this woman is saying, and there are things that you know the woman really wants you to work, and what the man's mother would say is show you come and I was like, because I was, you know, I was privileged to be there. So and I was like, wow. So definitely what this guy is doing is he doesn't start today. He's from home. You understand? So you know, at the end they broke up. Because I don't know what really happened, but I know that there are a lot of things that the guy will be doing that doesn't make sense. You understand? There are some people that this culture they want to instill it like this is how you have to do, and this is no, and it doesn't work it.
I think what people should also understand is when you are getting married to someone, you should understand that okay, your man and the woman, they are coming from different backgrounds. This person is coming from the way these people are raised is different from the way you are raised as a woman. I remember there was a time, maybe when we just got married, we were looking for some documents, and I asked my husband, I said, where is this document? He said, I don't know. I said, how would you know? You are the man of the family. How would you know where this document is? And I was like, in our house, my dad used to keep document, and he now say in our own house, my mom used to keep document. I say, okay, so what do we now do? You understand? You know, because the way you do your things, your mom might be someone that is very good at keeping things, whereas in my home, my dad is one that is good at keeping things. So because of that, should we now say we continue the way it was? We are not going to reach a common ground. So we now have to say, okay, so now it's not based on what somebody used to do while I was growing up. What can I do myself? Can I keep document myself? Okay. I now discover that okay, I can still have the ability to keep some documents. Not because I would say, okay, because my dad is one that it should be the work of the male. So I think we need to really understand that, okay, some duties, some responsibility should not be gender based, and okay, it has to be the father, because there will be time that it might be the man that will be the one to take care of the children. How about if the wife, maybe, I don't want to use maybe the wife is the one that passed on. That's why a lot of men, they can't really cope by the time their wife is no more. Yeah, because there are a lot of things that the woman used to do. A lot, that is where you will see their flaws by the time the woman is just tell some husband that allow their wife to travel for like a week
No.
or 2 weeks, as in the children will, as in, there will be a lot of flaws and so many things that you know that no, there's no woman in this house, and just say that okay, let the man of this house not be available. Maybe the men are believed to be the one to be the caregiver, the provider, this and that. There are some women that they can't do some things. They can't instill values on children. They can't make some provision except they go to as small as buying matches. Some women cannot afford it, and that's why they encourage that women should learn how to be enterprising. What do you have to do?
Yeah.
Are you still leaning on your man that it has to be your man that will provide everything yourself? If your husband is not there, can't you survive? Can't you train these children as a whole, completely, as an instill value system, culture, everything, spiritual life, raise this complete child? And as a man, don't wait that okay, it is the work of the women to be nurturer. Some men don't know their children's class teacher. Some men don't know their children's classes. Some men don't know their children's friend because they believe that it is the wife now that should know all. So as simple as things like this, even if it is to cook, please cook. Learn how to cook. I'm putting this challenge to men outside because they believe that okay, because women are the one that they can't raise. There are women that can do more than it, because I know a lot of single mom that they are raising children alone. I have two boys, but me, I have to intentionalize it. There are sometimes that my children will want to come and tell me something. I will say, go and tell your dad, because I wouldn't want to create that, because I know that I can still manage, I can do some things with them, but I believe there is a role of having a father son relationship with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There are some things that my son will tell me confidently, but I will be like, this is a man. It's a man to man talk. So I give them the liberty to go and express themselves with their dad. So I think parents should learn how to reach a compromise, as in a common ground in raising children
Yeah.
together, as in
Okay.
that's where intentional parenting comes
That's
in.
right.
So for our viewers, final words for them. I think let me start from you. For single mothers that are raising child alone, whether raising a female alone, raising a male alone, and they are worried. Like this woman that she rightly said that she went blind, maybe because of the stress of crying. That I would like to, growing up, it's easier to say that she's enjoying now, but in the process of raising them when they were still young, hey, the way you are afraid that you don't want your children to get pregnant, they'll be afraid. I love fún yàn lóyún o, wo tó bá ti fún yàn lóyún wo yan, all those kind. The fears are always there, because boy child are meant to pursue girls, is natural. So how do we now balance this? Number one, so that the pressure will not be whether the male or the female, women that have been single mom, what can they do? How can they seek for help? How can they help so that they can raise their child alone? Whether they have a girl child or boy child, what are the things they can instill? And in situations where they find themselves doing this alone, what do fathers do that they need to do to help them raise their male child alone?
Okay, so because of the limited time and the topic we are looking at, the single mother does not necessarily has to replace a father, but with intentions, good intentions, seeking wisdom, seeking a role model, right? Seeking a role model. It doesn't have to be somebody you have to go and submit your child to, but you can, I told my child, my daughter, I said, I want you to listen to this person talking, because I want you to grow, have a way of expressing yourself. So you can also you can let the child, to have that father figure,
Mentor.
raise a mentor, that's what, a role model. Also, you have to instill discipline. You must learn how to instill discipline. You say
As
this
a mother.
as a mother. If you're a single mother raising a ball, so that we'll round it up on that, you have to learn how to, instill discipline. It's not just giving them what they want. You have to give them what they need. Is it right? Or it's just to have one wait and buy me these things? No. Delay their gravitations. Not that you cannot afford it. You have to instill. But I'm born not having to know anything called lack. It's not that you are not helping. Because situation can warrant that, yes, the child will not be alone. What will not do? Now be say the whole want to collapse, and this is something somebody will pass through. Discipline is very important. At the same time, you also have to be purposeful in what you are doing. I'm raising this child to become a great man in business, in homekeeping, as a family man, whatever it is. And with that, but that you don't have all of this, you say you're going to be a macho woman to raise, you just mess it up. So it's not automatic. So I just want to encourage, if you find yourself as a single mother, be intentional about it, be purposeful, seek some the level of discipline, or role model, then instead of discipline, you are good to go. At the end of the day, you are going to raise a boy that will grow up to become a great man in the society.
Wow, thank you very much. All right. Oh, okay, Miss Yemi. So, what is your take home for single mom that are raising boy child alone?
Boy child alone. You know, anyway, I don't have a boy child, so there is limit to what I can advise. Yeah. But the only thing I will say is whether a boy child or a girl child, train them in the way of the Lord. Instill that thing in them. Let them know that without God, there is nothing. When they have that spirit, when they go out there, they will remember. You understand? Even if they want to do anything, that is not godly, and when they remember that thing, when that still voice speak to them, they will be, conscious of whatever they want to do. That's the only thing I can say.
Thank you very much. Well, on my own, I will advise you, single mom, or whether you are even married, and it's like you are married as if you are not married. You are the one still doing everything. Please take care of yourself first. I always emphasize this self-care. There was a time that my children went on holiday, and they had like some weeks there, and they were like, mommy, didn't you miss us? I said, I miss you, but I'm happy because I didn't have somebody to be coming to disturb me that, mommy, we want to eat, mommy, this and that. Even though I instill it in them that they have to be the one cook. The first time my children cook for me, that maybe because I can do so many things myself, I can cook. As it's very hard for you to satisfy me when it comes to food. So the first time my son cooked indomie for me and I ate it, I really enjoyed that thing. And they really felt so good that mommy liked my food. You understand? But I really enjoyed. So I gave them that opportunity to let me relax. Let somebody take care of me. So ever since then, they're not okay. Want to take care of you, mommy? Okay, I want to massage you. I say, it's good to be a princess. So let them take care of you. So if you have male children, number one, be like they've said a lot of things, but please be intentional about your self-care. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you are trying your best to be the best for them. And this is very important. There was a time that they were doing Father's Day. I don't know if you remember. One of these female celebrities now wore agbada. He wore a male clothes to his children's school. He's a single mom, but he's a divorcee. He now wanted to be like it is Father's Day, so I want to dress like a father. People were really after him that don't take the place of the man. Your baby father is still alive. Why are you taking the place? But they were like, I'm the one raising. So fine, you are a female, and nothing is taking that away from you. But as a woman, as a mom, you can still instill some values. Not until when you turn yourself to a man wear clothes. It's not by wearing a brother that makes you a man. It's the quality, the characteristics, as in the responsibility that people believe that it is only men that do. The responsibility you instill in your children, the value system, let them have the fear of God, like you rightly say. Let them respect women. Let them know that, okay, as a man, you can be a nurturer, you can be a lover, you can be a caregiver. So it's not only men that can do this thing. So you can also learn that and let them respect you. So once they respect you and they love you, even if they want to mess up, by the time they remember that, my mom has given us a lot of value system. He has given us our best. He has trained us in the way of the Lord. When the Bible says, train a child in the way of the Lord, and when they grow, they will not depart from me. You can't follow them everywhere, but they will be so close to you such that when they are even messing up, they will still be confident to tell you that, oh, mommy, I have messed up. And don't be the overly harsh mom. I used to do, I always talk about it, that the day my brain reset was when my sons told me that, mommy, will you shout when I tell you this? And that thing sent a signal to me that this boy has seen me as a shouting mom. But ever since then, I had to just reconfigure myself that, no, I don't have to just shout all the time. So please, don't shout. But you remember this baby, mommy, calm down. That video, the woman passed on now.
Yeah.
The woman, they say she passed on. You know, so maybe all the time she's shouting, leave there. Please let them scatter the place. There will be a time that they will have do all these things. So please, single mom, take care of yourself. Pamper yourself. Let your children know that, yes, I want to take a day off to take care of myself, because your life really matters more. And don't hold back from asking for help. Maybe from your pastor, like she said, you can have a pastor, you can have a mentor. Like Mr. David also said, that let them see models, male figure, that yes, this person can listen to this person. Let them hear some things we don't see in our husband, in the men around. Let us train those children to learn those value systems. And I know God will help us all. This is where we're going to wrap it up on Just a Chat today. Thank you, Miss Omayemi, for coming online, and thank you, Pastor David, too, for always being available to instill this value and this teaching, this great insight for us. And to our viewers, thank you also for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please click that subscription button now and do subscribe. Drop a comment. Are you raised by a single mom? Was it a good time? Was it a nice time? Was it a bad time? Did you regret it? Please drop it in the comment section below, and let's learn from you. Till I come away again next week for another interesting topic. It's me saying, have a great day. Bye.